Curtis A reached out to me, said make a theme song for my show. Said alright, just give me all the details, man. And my homie says he don't know. Well, if you're gonna pay me big bucks, cause I might should have something to say. He said, you know what I bring, I'm the customizing king, nothing else matters anyway. So is he gonna have guests? I don't know. Is he gonna go live? I don't know. What time will it be? What will you see? I'm pretty much in the dark, but I can guarantee he'll be customizing action figures, getting paint all on his fingers. It's art by Ackerman. It's art by Ackerman. Tips and tricks and conversation, sharing his gift with every nation. It's art by Ackerman. Art by Ackerman. You best get ready, cause now it's time for Art by Ackerman.
All right, welcome back to another customizing studio. Having little, I wouldn't say technical difficulties, but just brain difficulties. So I've got a new setup. I tried to test out this new camera yesterday with Mod Squad, but then I was hooking it up to my iPad and I was having problems. So today I am using it hooked up to my laptop, which does appear to be working. But then I've got to remember that my laptop isn't a touchscreen. So like I went to go hit the intro and it didn't do anything because it's not a touchscreen and I'm a moron. So there may be a few times that I do that today, that I try to touch the screen when I should be using my mouse. But I'm here. I'm here with Jay and Kyle. Jay, how you doing, sir?
I'm good.
Cool.
How are you? And how are you, Kyle?
Yeah, Kyle, how you doing?
I'm doing peachy. I'm lovely.
Beautiful, beautiful. If there's anyone else out there that is interested in joining us and doing some creating today, let me know. We do have a messenger chat where we send the link each week. So if you're wanting to be part of that group and occasionally pop on with us on a Sunday and do some creating, whether it's sculpting, dial work, painting, whatever, let me know and I can add you to that group. But let's go ahead and I guess we'll start with what we're working on and then we'll see who's in the chat. So I will go ahead and go first, which, man, that's a whole lot easier with a mouse than what I was trying to do with my finger before. All right. So first off, I guess let me pull this over here because I'm a little pissed off about this. So a little Curtis rant real quick. I think we've got a thing for that. Hold on. Let me see. I think. Here we go.
It's time for Curtis to rant. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, thanks for that, Kevin McCoy. So I've been working on this Pegasus for the last few weeks, and I'm like pretty near done. And then yesterday, as I was, wrapping up things, and we got off of Mod Squad, D20 Fish Toys, whatever they're calling themselves now, announced a Pegasus that they're dropping with rooted hair, and it looks fucking amazing. And so now I'm kind of pissed off, just FYI. So it's like all that was for nothing. Yeah. And well, it is what it is. But I will be continuing to work on this Kitsune that I was working on previously. So this is the Samurai Kitsune that I added the man, this camera looks much better than my doing it on my phone. This has got the ponytail from what is that, Atlas, that I added after a recommendation. I believe Alan recommended that on here. So I added that to this sculpt, and his head looks fantastic. That part's done, but I've got to work on the rest of his armor. I think the waist piece is mostly done. I think there's one rivet there I got to get, but it's getting close. But I've got his legs and torso and belt and all that to work on. So and his bracers. I need to do a lot of detail work on the bracers. So yeah, that's what I will be working on. And then we'll go to Jay. Jay, what you got?
I'm customizing a wet palette sponge. I have wet palette problems. Like, I guess I have to make a joke about being down with WPP. And that, that was pretty stupid. I am working on a bunch of, so I have this rack of scaphoid parts that
Mhm.
I'm going to need to dry brush. And I have this cosmic torso and pauldrons from my center here. Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yep.
This is from Borderland Horde Customs, and I need to also do some dry brushing and highlighting on that. And then there's a couple other things. I have this head. This is like a Wolf King head,
Mhm.
which is going to go on this. I need to actually, I have to work on the belt too, but I have to do some work on the, I'm going to use this like audio wire
Mhm.
and plug it into the hole here. So I have to like size that. Some odds and ends. Those are the main things that I can think of now.
Very cool. Let's see. I saw you dropped another thing on Instagram today that looked awesome. Another
Oh, thank you.
figure. So
Yeah, oh yeah, that's based on the Thanos. That's a fun figure to use as a customizing base.
Kyle, what you got going on?
I'm building a dwarf. Kind of started on it this week. Bunch of got the red on it, silver and gold, and a bunch of all these other parts in the same color scheme. The intent is not to be like Iron Man, but it's kind of turning out that way.
I had that problem recently with something. I had to turn down the yellow.
Did you end up finishing the shredder you were working on?
Yes, give me 1 second and I can grab it.
Yeah, that'd be great. While you do that, I'll see who's in the comments. We got oh, there it is. Oh, man, that looks cool.
So I dyed the cape. Not exactly what I wanted, but it works.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did you already post pictures of that?
Nice.
Yeah, I posted it last week.
Oh, really? On Instagram?
No, I don't have Instagram. I have in the Cabal.
What's wrong with you, sir?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
you
where
need
he's
to get
going
an
with that.
Instagram. All right. Well, I guess I can't spotlight you on shelf selections.
Damn it.
We got Freaks Figures out there. Welcome, sir. We got Kyle in the chat and on screen. We've got Ty from the other room. We have a hard stop today at 2 hours because Ty and Darla and I are going to be meeting with my daughter and her boyfriend, who are picking up barbecue from St. Louis and bringing it up. And it's supposedly the best barbecue in Missouri. And the beef rib that we're eating is supposed to be the best beef rib in the world. So we'll see.
Oh, wow. All
Yeah.
right.
So we got Hayes out there. Hayes, I did send you an invite to our Facebook Messenger group. So if you're interested in popping on, you should have the link there. We got Guaisagoi here. Welcome. We got Pickle D in the house. Twizzler 19 is here as well. G says, if I had a proper setup, I'd join you one day. Hey, you can have any setup you want.
I talked to him about this. I talked to Guaisagoi about invited myself over to his house, actually, and everybody doing some customizing there and getting Dub as well.
Mm-hmm.
So now that and he said we should do that, and now that I've said it on air, like it's really official.
There you go. G says yours will be better, Curtis, talking about the Pegasus, and I disagree. The one that they showed had more like rounded wings, which I think looks more natural. It has rooted hair. It looks absolutely gorgeous. So while I'm not upset with mine because I wanted to see if I could make one, I definitely will want that one more than I do mine. So Freak says that's why I stopped making customs a long time ago, because everything I make, every time I make a character I wanted, a company would end up putting one out. Yeah, I mean, that is the risk, but there's still fun in creating it. It's just for like, I was probably gonna, I don't know, with this one I wasn't planning on selling it because it's one I wanted for my collection, but now I'll probably sell this one because I want that other one more than I want mine. So
I
we
have a
got
response to that too.
go okay. Well, let me get these last couple people, and then we'll go to that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Starscream popped in, and we've got Mortem89 is here as well. But go ahead, Jay.
So all I used to customize were Marvel Legends and G.I. Joe Classified, and I purposely made really obscure figures or characters, I guess, that I never thought would be made into actual figures, because like the whole point is to have like characters I also really liked. I like Terrible, like B, you know. So I made, you know, like the Orb and Bonebreaker, that guy who's like half tank, and a bunch of like the Ninja Force figures that, you know, were never popular, and all of them have almost every custom that I have made that has been an obscure figure, other than Lady Stiltman and maybe one other thing, has been made into an official figure, which is why it's fun to invent your own figures, or characters, which is what you can do easily with Legions because of the like large amount of 3D printed parts. Or like reinvent a character that exists in a completely different sort of like weird manner.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do enjoy that as well. With tributes, I think, you know, sometimes it's just the you know, trying to be able to do it out of Legion's parts. So there's still a fun to it with a tribute, but you know, Pegasus is like super I don't know, nostalgic for me in my childhood. And one part of the good that came out of seeing that reveal yesterday is that, like, I was trying to figure out, oh man, it'd be cool if there's a way that I could add like some rooted hair or some feathers to the wings and stuff. And now I'm just like, I just want to get it done. Like it took a lot of that stress off me of trying to figure that out, because the one that they have looks so good that I now don't have to worry about it. So, you know, good and bad.
Yeah, rooted hair is like, I wouldn't want to even try that.
Yeah.
Personally.
We had Imagination Hobbies jumps in, says I just got 3 figures in and had to do a custom Cosmic Legion. Excited for it. So, I had to do a custom Cosmic Legion figure. So, Hayes says can't join today. Actually working. Thanks for the invite, though. No problem. All righty.
I'm just fixing a magnet on something really quick. So, you know, what's the Pegasus nostalgia from?
The one that was revealed?
No, you said you have a lot of
the nostalgia. Oh, sorry. From just watching the Clash of the Titans movie when I was younger. Like, me and my mom watched that movie. Man, had to be a couple hundred times. So yeah. And I had I got this. No, you're right. I got this 2-pack from, they had a Clash of the Titans toy line that came out like in the late 70s. And I had this 2-pack that I got that had Pegasus and Perseus, and they're basically like, they're 3 3/4, kind of like reaction figures are now. But at the time, like, and the Pegasus had 0 articulation, like it was just basically a statue.
Right.
But at the time, like, that was like my favorite thing, and I would like fly that thing around all over. And yeah, so getting a more up to date with articulation and rooted hair and stuff that's pretty freaking cool.
I've been thinking about getting that Swiftwind. I don't know what just happened with my ability to say words there, but that like the She-Ra Swiftwind combo that like is an exclusive through the Mattel site, the Creations or whatever. I'm not a big Motu person. I definitely never watched She-Ra. I mean, I guess I watched it a little bit as a kid, like if I was with my friends. I had a friend whose sister was really into it, but that's not an important detail or interesting. But I really love the DreamWorks She-Ra, which I watched with my daughter, and like we have like we both really love that. But anyway, I'd probably get it to customize. So I don't know, that all that other stuff was kind of irrelevant information. But
so a little fun fact: the original Swiftwind was the same as the Pegasus. It was the same sculpt, same everything. They retooled it or reused it.
Oh, really?
And painted it up for Swiftwind. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The-
So
the
the same toy I'm talking about was used for the character that you're talking about.
The Mattel, like the one that they have now, like I guess it's the Cartoon Classics. It looks really good.
Yeah. I know they did one in Mondo that looked really awesome too, but Mondo is big and pricey. So
Yeah, of course. I actually would love it if they made the figures from the DreamWorks. They did, I guess. Super 7 when they had the Motu Classics, they did the Catra and the She-Ra, but it was like a Comic-Con exclusive and it's very old. That's was kind of a controversial series with a lot of fans of Motu, I guess, but I thought it was amazing. Oh, you know what I need to do? I'm gonna go soak these like crappy sponges I just made.
okay.
Random question. Do you happen to know if VPN screws up with the connection?
I don't know. I don't know that I've ever used VPN.
I just keep-
with StreamYard.
I just keep getting a bunch of audio cut out.
Yeah, you're when you were talking about what you were doing, it was kind of cutting out a little bit too. So
Yeah, I wonder if it's my phone.
it might just be the connection because your audio was also a little choppy. Or sorry, your video was a little choppy too.
Oh boy. Where's the...
So here's here's how smart Curtis moment is. I've been customizing now for, I don't know, 5-6 years. And I always have problems because my wet palette is right here at the front of my desk. And then I've got my like paper towel over here that I like wipe my brushes off when I'm cleaning them. And so I'll put my arm like into the paint from this paper towel. And I didn't have enough room because of this wet palette. And then just before the show here, I go, well, what if I just push that in front of me like that? And now I've got extra table room. And it took me 5 years to figure that out, that I push it forward a little bit. It gives me more work area. So
I never have my wet palette on my desk, except for when I started doing like filming this. And so I always have it like to the right of my desk. There's like another desk that with some drawers that creates like an L shape kind of. So it's there, which is interesting and terrible because then I'm like getting the paint all the way to my left and then painting. And then also the paper towels are there. And now having this here is actually convenient and where it should be. And I don't know why that's something I never did.
See, I've always had it right in my fucking way. And I've always been upset that it's in my way, but never thought, hey, if you just push that forward a little bit, idiot, it won't be in your way. So
I think that the problem for me is that my desk is just messy and sometimes I just don't want to clean it when I sit down to paint if there's a lot of stuff.
See, my problem is I'm a moron. So
Well, I mean, part of it is what I'm saying is also me being a moron. All right, so I need to go.
That's your laundry. I heard it.
That is my laundry. Yeah.
We must have the same washing machine or dryer or whatever because ours does the same noise.
Is an LG.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like something. It's like when you set an alarm sound on your phone and you think it's
Mhm.
going to be cheery, but then you hate getting alarms, so it becomes an annoying sound.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about this. It sounds like it's like really friendly, but it's kind of like shit. I got to get up now. Speaking of which, towel's going to the dryer now. Be right back.
Make the alarm sound friendly, but then it just makes you realize, oh crap, now I got more work to do.
Yeah, and then you start hating friendly things. Over time, it just turns you into an asshole.
So actually, I have this paint, this Blackest Black paint,
Mm-hmm.
and it does not work in a wet palette. And I actually need to finish up something I was using it on. So I'm going to use my disgusting ass, yeah, which I used. I think I probably only used this as a palette for, I don't know, from like 2019 to 2024, 25 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my entire story. There was nowhere to go beyond that. And it's because I'm just really bad with sponges.
You
It's
showed
like my
that
toxic.
picture the other day of that thing that you painted with that black paint, and it
Yeah.
didn't even look black. It looked like an absence of any. It looked like black hole or something.
There it is.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah. So they apparently used like a bunch of, it's so matte too. They used a
Mhm.
bunch of like mattifiers, I guess is a word according to their website.
That's a word.
Yeah, they called it mattifier. I think. I'm pretty sure that's that's what they said. But they used like from the cosmetics industry to get it. Like they used all the stuff that they do, this company Culture Hustle, which is based in England. They hold on, I need to get my, where's this water? It's like they're just like a bunch of chemists. So they come up with all sorts of crazy stuff. Where's shit. All right, I'll do this the old school lazy way. But they also have the whitest white. So this absorbs 99% of light that hits it, and the whitest white reflects 75%. I find this works a little bit better in an airbrush than it does reducing it with water for painting. But we can try it.
Yeah,
And what
it's like
happened was there was
crazy black.
what?
I said it's like crazy black.
It's an artist whose name was Anish Kapoor. That's like some like millionaire artist that actually had a company develop the Blackest Black about 10 years ago. But he like kept it for himself. So he let certain like advertising agencies or whatever designers use it, but he wouldn't let other artists use it. So the guy who runs this company was pissed off about that. So just had spent forever trying to come up with the blacker black and eventually did. He also has what he claims to be the pinkest pink, which I have, but it comes in just pigment. And I haven't. Maybe I'll try to make a paint today live from pigment. I've never done that before.
How much did that black cost you?
This bottle was, I think, 35 or 40 bucks, but it's, I know. And the order I placed from them was for like, I got 2 pigments. the base that they use to turn the pigments to paint, the white, the black, and another pink. That's an actual paint. That is they call it the Barbieist pink. So it is actually, they do a bunch of colors that are trademarked. So like
Mhm.
Barbie pink is one. They do Tiffany blue. They do the blue that I think Calvin Klein uses. But whatever. So I got that. It was an expensive order, but this paint is going to last me forever. I don't
Oh
use
yeah.
very much. Like, this is too much for what I need this for right now. And this was like, the blob was much smaller prior to, hitting water.
Hay said I saw someone repaint a Century into the void using that paint, and it looked amazing.
Oh, really? I was going to try to do like this body on the Faden, and just do a lot of like shading in here, so a lot of this looks black, because this already has so much pin lining on it, which is one of the things I love about this figure. But I don't know if that's what I'm going to wind up doing. It's wild because I didn't think anybody knew about this paint until I had said, oh yeah, like in different like conversations like with customizers and stuff, and apparently I was wrong. It's another great story. There was no more to say to that.
I'm definitely going to need to clip that with you saying that you were wrong and use that as a short.
Yeah, I'm wrong all the time. I'm not somebody who claims to be correct, so all the time. Even if I know I'm correct, I don't say it just in case.
I'm just hoping that you get a bunch of stuff done today.
I think it was a couple years ago, BMW.
Go ahead.
I was about to say, I think a couple years ago, BMW used to do the Blackest Black. And when they unveiled it on stage, all you saw was the headlights. And that was it.
Yeah, I bet this was that paint that by that guy Anish Kapoor, because he sells it to companies to use. And it's like super matte, right?
Oh,
Like, I think I know what you're talking about. I could be wrong.
Kyle, if you can hear me, you may need to go out and come back in. You got a delay and you're like locking up.
okay, a minute.
I will be back in a second.
After these messages, he'll be right back. I had 3 figures this year that I had to do for other people that were not ones that kind of were my idea and thought and creation, or not for me to keep. And 2 of them are finished. This is the 3rd one. So if I can get this done, I would say
I'm back.
hello.
But I don't want to interrupt that story if it was going somewhere else.
No, that's fine. If I can get this done sometime this month, that'll give me another 6 months before Legion's Con to work on whatever I want to work on. So that's my goal here, is to try to finish this up sometime this month. So
that's the Kitsune. I feel like you should be close to done with that soon.
I would feel like I should be close to done with this soon too, but there's a lot of detail work going into this one. So
gotcha. So just because I was on this topic, this is the pink, which is called Pinky, and the box has like a fake Mattel logo here, which said something funny that I forgot. But
welcome back, Kyle.
So this is super pink. This is what it looks like.
I'm better.
Cool.
I don't think that they said that there's not a way to really demonstrate how pink. This actually looks kind of close. So it's like really pink.
Uh-huh.
But that's not the pinkest pink. This is the pinkest pink. And then I
okay.
have this blue, and they're both all of this is like UV reactive as well. So but I think I'm supposed to use gloves with this. So let me get that.
Like, is it toxic or something?
I don't know. I mean, it's pigment. It also says to try to not get the super base on your hand. I don't really, not like on your skin. I don't know. It said not to get the whitest white on your skin also, and I definitely did, and I definitely might be dying slowly. I'm not sure. I think I'm fine.
I
now.
got some metallic pigment from Green Stuff.
Yeah.
Like different metallic ones, and it's like like it looks like metal.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like chrome?
Hold on, let me see.
Yo, I can only find 2 gloves, and they're both for my left hand, which is crazy because every time I need to find gloves, I can only find them for my right hand, which is not the hand I need it for when I'm using it to spray things.
So I've got these 3 here. Let me big it myself. So I've got this one, which is antique gold.
Oh, yeah.
And so you open it up and it's just powder inside.
Right.
And then I got this copper, and it looks like this label here. So it's like super metallic when you use it. And then this last one I got is black steel. So
Ooh, cool.
But yeah, they're kind of a little bit of a bitch to use to mix it up and make it. But if you want something that really looks like metal, like these things work really well. So,
do you mix it with water?
No, you mix it with like a
Or
medium. So like I usually use this one from Citadel Lamia medium, but I'm sure the Turbo Dork one would probably work really well too.
Yeah, I don't. Oh yeah, it probably would with metallics. I was talking to the guy from Turbo Dork about using their medium for this, and he recommended for this I buy it from the company, but I don't remember what his reasoning was.
Here, I'll do some of the gold. I've got a piece over here I can do it with. So let me grab the medium from Turbo Dork.
Where? Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I have 3 different mediums. I'm gonna try that with 3 different mediums and see what happens. I'm also walking away. Kyle, you're in charge.
I'm stuck here by myself.
All right, I got this one here, which is like a huge fucking bottle from Turbo Dork.
Yeah,
this thing's massive. So
I have this, what you were talking about, this medium. I have the Turbo Dork. This is what from Culture Hustle they call it Super Base, and I think a real missed opportunity was to not have it have 2 S's. But that's just me. And then I also have Liquitex matte medium and golden gloss medium, which I guess I'm not going to use for this, but the Turbo Dork one is good because it's not entirely matte. It's like kind of almost like a satin finish, I guess. I think I'm doing this in the wrong order.
Pull this up from the start screen. Curtis, I rewatched the last episode with the sanding of the gate. Was curious of the background. Was it 3D printed in 4 parts? Are you making a base for it? So maybe big on myself. Okay, so this was the gate itself was printed in 4 parts and then put together. This is an old FDM print on a shitty printer, like old school technology. I'm sure you could do it much better now, but it's just what I had and I was kind of working on. The base that it goes into is this, which was printed in, let's see, I think it is 4 parts. No, actually, it looks like it's just 2 parts. So it's 1/2 and then put together. And this is what that goes into. And then the third piece of this is the background, which is this, which is just like a piece of plexiglass. This side's got the plastic on it still that you peel off, and then that's what it looks like without that. So those are the 3 different parts to that. Hopefully that answers that question.
Now you're kind of breaking up. So is it me that's freezing?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like anybody's freezing for me right now. Well, Kyle's hand's in the same spot, so, but maybe he's just not moving.
Oh, no, I'm here.
There it is. Okay. Let's see. All right. I'm going to embiggen myself for a second, just kind of show this. So I'm using my little fidget popper. And then this one is the antique gold from Green Stuff.
Oh, you're mixing in that. That's smart.
So I'm just going to grab one of these like popsicle sticks and scoop out a little bit of it and dump it into one of these spots. And I'm going to do the same thing in another spot here. And then I'll add 2 different mediums. I got some on the desk, which kind of sucks, but so let me try to clean this up before it becomes a super mess.
Means I have a really thick,
even with the water, it's already kind of making it. So I'm probably gonna have to get some alcohol on this. That's why I keep the alcohol swabs nearby. Not just for medical incidents.
You can use that and put it on like a figure. Not a
What?
problem.
The alcohol swab. If I make a mistake that I need to clean off or so, yeah.
I didn't hear you say swab.
Yeah.
I thought you were just putting like rubbing alcohol straight.
No, I'm cleaning it up. I got some on my cutting mat, so I'm trying to get it cleaned up before it, stains and lasts forever. So let me get this lid back on here before
I watched the video. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I watched a video of somebody making this that was like just on YouTube, and they said basically this pink like is impossible to show on camera how pink it is just because of like the technology of like digital, like broadcasting or whatever. Maybe that's not the right word, broadcasting, but you get my meaning.
Well, that'll be weird.
Just like the pixels and TVs.
That needs to be shown under like sunlight.
What? See, now you're breaking up, so I don't know if that's me or not.
I think it's you, but I could be wrong.
Can everybody else hear Curtis without breaking up?
I keep getting intermittent breakups from both of you guys.
Oh, that's fun.
I mean, I could try to leave and come back. Let me try to do that real quick.
But if you do that, doesn't that mess up?
Well, let us know in the chat. Is anybody breaking up for you guys in the chat? We'll see if anybody out there gives us any feedback that can help us. All right.
Oh God, this is thick. I wish I didn't buy this.
So now I've got 2 little spots of my fidget popper. Freaks, that doesn't help. Because nobody's breaking up for him, so must be internal thing. So Starscream says everybody sounds okay. All right, so let me embiggen myself again. So I've got 2 little spots of my fidget popper filled up with some of this gold pigment. So I'm gonna take the Turbo Dork.
Dude, you sound like a robot right now.
You might need to leave and come back because it sounds like everybody else says it's working fine.
It
So
sounds like you're playing it sounds like you're talking into like one of those vocoders that they plug into a keyboard, and like modulate the voice. It's kind of cool.
all right. So for everybody watching at home, I'm going to be using some of this Turbo Dork thinning medium. I'm going to put it in this one. So
Yeah, I'm doing the same. So this is the super base that I was told to buy by the website to use to make their and it is super thick, but they don't make paints for their paints are all for actual like canvases and such. So that's probably why this works this way.
in this
This
other
is
one, oh, go ahead. I'm bigging you for a
this
second.
is this is Lehemem. I don't know how to say it
Lamian.
because I'm not reading from Lamium. Yeah. This is a Lamium medium. It's nice and thin. This is the Turbo Dork, which is a little bit thicker. I just probably need more medium. And this is the Culture Hustle Super Base, which I'm definitely gonna have to add some water to.
All right. Back to me. So I put the Turbo Dork medium in the other one. I'm going to put Lamium medium into this one. So I'm going to just try to force some in there.
Pretty funny that we're both doing the same experiment.
And let me get my little popsicle stick. So I'm going to mix some of this up over here.
I've been having to mix up my own paint also. I've been using the Liquitex actual paste and then having to reduce it with a airbrush cleaner, not airbrush cleaner, airbrush improver. No, flow improver.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Oh, okay, I have that actually. I'm showing the wrong thing. I have the golden medium. I don't know if it's the same thing you're talking about, and I just had it in my, not the Liquitex. I don't know where I put it down though. So whatever. It's not that important or interesting, I suppose. But I have airbrush flow improver. Maybe I'll grab some of that. I'm just using an old brush to mix this because I didn't feel like finding anything else. I will say this:
mix this
using the Turbo Dork and using the Lamium medium, this is a much nicer, this is a much more almost like a pastel version of this pink. So
which one are you preferring?
I'm gonna say that right now it's equal between the two brands that were not made by the company that made the actual pigment. Which is annoying because I kind of felt like I had to use their pigment, and it was like $37.
So I've now mixed up the Lamium medium with it as well as the Turbo Dork one, and the Turbo Dork one looks way, way, way better. The other one, the Lamium medium, is very chunky, but let's see. Let me grab an older brush.
I would think that for metallics, the Turbo Dork would be the better call, for sure.
So I'm going to try to use some of this one with the Lamium medium first.
The Lamium medium is just like super matte. I'm one of those people that thinks unless you're trying to do something that's like really kind of like supposed to look like super aged, that you shouldn't use. It should be glossy, or at least satin metallics. That is.
Okay, so that is the one with the Lamium medium on the top part of that book there. And then let me clean my brush, and I'll use the one with the Turbo Dork. The Turbo Dork one definitely looks more smooth. It's not as chunky. So yeah, it's thinner for sure.
The thing is because the paint that I'm using is super it's like a fluorescent, it's really, you can't get it to a it's much better with the Turbo Dork too. You can't get it to a good consistency, like all fluorescents are kind of like thin and a little bit gloopy, and you gotta do a lot of really thin layers.
Yeah, the one at the Lamium medium, I don't know if I just used too much or what, but it's like really thin, like almost watery.
Yeah, no, that's what happened to mine.
Yeah. So I think the Lamium medium one, even though it looks chunkier, actually worked better. Um,
Mine is too watery, but
yeah,
I don't
same.
know. It's like mine is going on almost like a shade. Like this salami medium. It actually looks kind of like a watery contrast paint.
I
But then this
wonder.
is the Turbo Dork, and I don't know if you can see the difference.
Well, hold on. I
But
got myself in big and still. So let me. There we go. I think actually a mix of the Lamian and the Turbo Dork might be the way to go.
yeah, well, this is the one from Culture Hustle, and actually it is going on really nicely. It's just a little bit thick. It's really hard for me to do that and have it be in focus though. And this is just an old head sculpt. I don't have anything primed in white that I can find, and this one is a head sculpt where I had dropped it and I broke the beard and I didn't ever find where the broken beard part was.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that dry, but I think that the one with like if I mix the two, the Lamian and the Turbo Dork, it seems like that's the best for this pigment anyway. So
I think that I'm going to wind up mixing the one from Culture Hustle with the one from Turbo Dork. But that's just for this pink, because this is like a super vivid. Like, I don't know if this would be a good solution for anything else.
and I don't know that I should have done this today. It was a nice little experiment, but now I've got this pigment all over my hands and shit. So
Yeah, I use gloves.
yeah, I'm not a smart man. So
You're going to see that shining up all over the place now.
Yeah, you use the metallic too.
yeah.
I mean, I use the fluorescent. You don't want to get that everywhere either. That's never great. All right, cool. I wonder what this blue looks like. There's like, in my experience, there's almost like a blue paint that truly is like glow in the dark, like a blacklight reactive, is like a myth. So I'm really curious if this proves me to be incorrect.
All right. Finishing cleaning my hands. Once again, cannot recommend alcohol swabs enough. Like these things are lifesavers. So always keep these things around. In fact, I need to restock my little cubby hole full of them.
Maybe I'll make a purple. I don't find that purple is a great color either for glow in the dark. Actually, like, or not glow in the dark, for black light.
These are the ones that I get off of Amazon. These are Invecta alcohol swabs. So, and there's 100 in the box. Yeah. In Embecta, Embecta. So,
that is the second brand name you told me today that I'm going to forget.
yeah. Good thing is,
I'll go back and watch the video.
replay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly you.
Yeah.
Oh, this goes on kind of nicely.
I'm hoping that you get a lot done today, and I can cut us short calling you an overachiever again. That's
Sure.
my goal.
Well, you know, for a person who posted a like TV guide of how much they're going to be on YouTube over the course of one weekend, calling somebody else an overachiever is a real pot kettle black situation as far as I'm concerned.
The funny part about that is I never feel like I'm doing enough. I feel like, oh man, this was a lazy week, you know? And then you look back, it's like you did like 25 shows.
Yeah, and everybody else is like, all right, enough already.
Yeah. Especially Darla, because she wants to use the computer to play WoW.
That's really funny because, you know, that sentence you would think would have ended because she wants to spend time with me.
No.
I'm kidding around.
We do some of that as well, but
I'm sure. Darla should paint on this show.
She said that she may actually do that at some point, but not yet. So
that would be great. I haven't actually spoken to Darla since Legion's Con.
She will be at CarverCon if you're going.
I will be there.
Nice.
So that's one of the reasons I'm overachieving is because, like, you know, I, I've not vended before, so I feel the need to. I guess like
Proceed.
my personality is like if I'm going to do something like this, especially for the first time, I have to like really kill it. Like it has to be really
You have to
like I have a
overachieve.
lot of overachieve, but also just like it needs to be noticeable. Like it's more about the impression it makes.
I am going to have to go rinse out my water cup because now it's got gold pigment in it, and that's going to get
Oh, yeah.
fucking everywhere. So I'm gonna do that, and then I will be right back.
Not 100% sure how I feel about this blue, but I don't think I mixed it very well. It definitely kind of was like a half-ass mixing. I do have
What,
this.
did you mix it too thin?
I just like I feel like you and I had this conversation once, right? Because you did a skeleton that was neon. Am I remembering that right? Or am I thinking of somebody else that I spoke to about this?
You might have spoke to somebody else.
That's weird. Okay. Well, like neon paint is super like gloopy is the best word I can use for it.
I'm back.
Unless it's for an airbrush, which is why I meant to get the airbrush thinner. Or the airbrush flow improver, because it's just an annoying thing to put on. And I didn't really, spend time trying to figure out the best combination of mediums for this. But I have this.
Actually, come to think of it, you might have explained it to me at one time.
Did you not do a skeleton that was a bunch of different neon colors?
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That was you, right?
Yeah.
This was a long time ago. Yeah, right? Yeah, we were talking about, because you said that you were
this
using...
guy.
What?
This guy.
Yeah. That was like my favorite custom anybody did last year. I said that to you. I said that, and like I was like, this might seem like a weird exaggeration, but because you used the pro, you said you were using pro acryl in your wet palette. Because I was wondering like how you got it to look so smooth.
Yes.
Right. And then we talked about how accidentally you spill that stuff. You get neon everywhere. You don't realize, and if you put a black light on and you look at like your clothes and hands on the floor, you realize it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like this for the. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna try to make purple. This is the point in painting where I feel a little bit like I'm just a child, like making a mess.
I feel like I'm constantly making a mess, and then I'm cleaning that mess up, and then I make a new mess, and I clean that mess up, and eventually it gets to the point where there's not that much mess, and I go, hey, that's not too bad.
I like this this is in a constant state of kind of like a little bit of disarray where I paint kind of because I have a lot of ideas and I just decide to try them all out if it occurs to me, and then I'm like, okay, cool, I'll put that down, and then something else occurs to me, and it's just like me taking out stuff from fodder bins and putting it together and then being like, cool, and then like not putting, like if I have a drawer for instance of like pauldrons, just not really being good about putting all that stuff back. So then I come down to, then I'm like, I'm going to bed because it'll be, I tend to do this at night. And then I come downstairs where I paint, the next day, and it's just all there. Sometimes I leave one of the drawers on the floor. Sometimes I leave it on the floor and trip over it.
I can see that.
I'm a real put together adult sometimes. Oh, this looks kind of nice. This is a mushroom head that I got from Anthony Hasil at Zolocon. Anthony has a ton of mushroom and dirt too.
I was about to say, you said Mushroom Head, and I thought of the band at first.
Oh, nope, not the band Mushroom Head.
Didn't know that was a band.
Yeah, they got some pretty freaky masks.
They're like a jam band, right? Or is that wrong? I don't know. Are they a metal band?
Well, I was thinking of the heavy metal band.
Yeah. Well, I know the name, and I like can picture that. Like, I just couldn't remember what kind of music they played. This looks cool. This would be a nice addition. This is a 2.0 mushroom head that has like a plug-in here, and I do like to paint some figures that are like mushrooms in all black light colors. And I don't feel like dealing with like the details on this. I got myself into more work than I intended on doing. Shit. This is already mixed.
Freak says Curtis needs to just live stream 24/7, tap into the satellites and follow him everywhere. If I could make a living doing that, I would absolutely do that. So that would be, what's the Jim Carrey movie where they're following him around the whole time?
Truman Show?
Yeah, I would do that, but I would know about it.
That movie freaked me out. I don't know. I felt really bad for him. I didn't enjoy it.
Oh, Chinch here. What's up, man?
Hey guys.
Hey,
Hey, there he is.
what's up?
Yeah, just got back from lunch to take the family out.
Nice.
You know what I did yesterday is I went Gundam shopping with my nephew.
Oh, did you guys pick up a model kit or two?
He wound up getting like a Jurassic Park kit.
Oh,
They make ones that I guess like you make the skeleton first and then you build the dinosaur over it.
oh, yeah. I mean, that's kind of similar to how Gundams are built, right?
Yeah, and I got like a 40-minute missions cyber horse, and it just didn't. I thought it was going to be cooler than this.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah. Actually, I think that's the Kotobukiya kit, right?
Yeah, it's for like there's a figure that you can put on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. Yes, right. All the kits that I get are. Is that how you say that? I had no idea.
Kotobukiya? I don't know.
That's how I've always said it.
I've never said it out loud. Probably
They
because
have
I had
a-
a feeling I would mispronounce it.
Yeah, they do more scale models for a lot of like statues and stuff, but they don't. I think they do have a model kit line. There's a lot of like girl anime model kits that they do, but they do have one that's like 1/18 scale, but they're like really pricey for a 1/18 scale. So is that one a Kotobukiya one, or is it the 30 mission? Or
Oh, it's a 30-minute. It's a 30-minute missions.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
Bandai and not Kotobukiya.
It's Bandai, right? I got Bandai. Why do I get them confused? I don't know. I have some Kotobukiya actual statues too. I have like X-Men statues of theirs.
Yeah, they got nice statues. I think they do good quality. They're not like super high end price range, but they're very. But they look like the characters that they're going after, right? There's like Sega and those cheaper scale statues. They're like $20 to $30, but those a lot of times don't even look like those characters.
Yeah, well, they also did like the X-Men animated series, and I really liked those. And they're just like the busts. Oh no, maybe they're not. And I was going to collect all of them because at New York Comic Con, I got the Dark Phoenix, which was an exclusive and like really limited. Nobody was really collecting that line, so it's easy for me to get. And then I stopped getting statues, but that was a really beautiful statue, and I did unload it for a pretty penny. But I have they did like a line of Danger Room statues a long time ago, and I have like the Storm and the Rogue, and those are the Storm is beautiful. But I still probably should sell it because it's like 1/6 scale statues just take up like I have every X-Men character I would want other than Bishop and Gambit, I think. And like, that's pretty much every X-Men character because most of the ones I have are Diamond, and it's just a lot of space.
Yep, it is. And what annoys me is they keep changing the scale. It was like 1/8, and then they went 1/7, and now there's like 1/6.
Right.
as well. Like 1/6 was pretty standard for action figures, right? But
Right.
not for scale statues. But now they're going 1/6 too.
But like, so even Diamond will have stuff that they will list in a scale, and then they'll have other statues that they're not listed in a scale. So they'll be just like, it'll be like everything's 1/6, and the other thing will be like 1/5,
Yeah.
or I guess just like one thing. I guess that's bigger. So 1/7, and so it just looks stupid. Like I have this Dazzler that's such a great statue, and it is just a little bit smaller, and like it looks so dumb.
Yep. I was never big on the statues. I do have a few. Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got
wow.
6 from games. I got a Zelda one, a Tales of Berseria, Devil May Cry, Final Fantasy, and one from what's the game? The Chinese game, mobile game, Genshin Impact.
Okay.
So I don't play those games, but the character designs are really cool. So I got statues of them. But yeah, like you said, they take up so much room, so I'm pretty much not getting any more.
Yeah, my line to like collecting was really strange, and it started with Funko Pops, and then it was statues, and then like eventually became Marvel Legends. But then I don't know, like I had like nothing but like the 3 3/4 Marvel Legends for a while because it just took up less space. I don't know.
Oh man. Freak says my oldest just dumped a bin full of beads that I had color organized all over my floor.
Oh my god, that's not a sentence that you would expect to begin with my oldest either.
Yeah. Man, that's rough.
It's time to whip out the belt.
That's one of those where
Call it a day.
where do I even start? My ultimate like where do I start moment was I've got twins, and when they were both babies, one of them had like pooped and pulled off her diaper, and then the other one, like I was at the time that the other one pulled off her diaper, I was burping her and she like barfed all over me. And so I've got like I'm covered in puke, the one, and the baby's covered in puke, and then the other one's covered in shit and is like wiping it around everywhere. And I'm like, I don't even know. I'm there by myself, and I'm like, I have no idea where to start. So
Kids are great.
yeah.
Having twins, man, that's we thought Sophie was going to be triplets and then twins, and then I guess she ate both of them. But at the time, like just based on her mom and I, like just our jobs and where the apartment we were living in, we're not prepared for twins at all.
Well, and let me little piece of advice, any future parents out there, especially if you're getting ready to have twins. We had the bright idea of saving a bunch of money because we had already had 2 other kids at that point to go with cloth diapers so that we wouldn't have to keep purchasing diapers. And let me tell you, that's the most disgusting thing in the world is to try to clean and reuse diapers. Yeah, not a good idea. Just spend the money on disposable diapers. Okay. I don't care what you have to cut out of your life in order to make that happen. It's not worth it.
I didn't even know that was like I guess I didn't ever thought about whether or not that was an option.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of
very popular.
There's a lot of folks that do that. But they mostly do it for like the environment and stuff. But
yeah. All right.
But yeah, you can, it's definitely still a thing. It's just not fun at all.
So in China, they don't even really use diapers because most people don't have like carpeted floors. Most of them have like tile or wood. So what they do is they just have like baby or infant or toddler pants, and they just cut a hole at the crotch area. It just opened. So the kids are just like walking around, like whenever they need to pee or poop, it just falls out. You're just supposed to clean it up on the floor. Which to me is kind of a ridiculous concept, but like Chinese people are generally pretty frugal, so they don't want to spend money on like disposable diapers.
That's interesting.
Yeah, especially if you go out to like the rural areas, it's not as common in the cities anymore, just because it's kind of a mess to clean up. But like especially if you're out in the rural areas or in like the villages, like all the toddlers, they don't wear diapers. They just have a hole cut in their pants. And the
It's
stuff
funny how
just
like things that
out.
are so normal to one culture seem so abnormal to another culture.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Shit. There we go. I dry brush with this paint and it's so like thin. It's really weird. And I just accidentally put my roll of clean paper towels into the garbage.
Nice.
And by accidentally, I mean I just wasn't paying attention, and that is where I just put it down.
Dope.
That's better. Oh, but wait, hold on. Back to the Gundam. Is it weird that this like this just like doesn't fit in? I don't know if I'm supposed to glue it. It just doesn't look right somehow.
Which part? Let me see. Oh, the waist part.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't say to glue it, but like there's just a huge gap and there's nothing in the way.
Oh, I mean, usually when that happens, I check for any missteps that I might have made while building.
Yeah, well, I did that.
Other
I
than
don't
that,
know. It just doesn't look finished to me. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's
That's
just
why-
that's like
so yeah, the 30-minute mission is kind of like their budget line for like pop and swap, right?
right.
So they don't always have filled in details for all the joints and stuff like their normal model kits.
Right. So I just should have bought something regular. I got a motorcycle and it's like super intimidating.
And that's why I don't do things that make me read. So
Well, I mean, it's just numbers.
It's pictures, yeah, numbers, pictures.
I don't know where I put the motorcycle kit. That's not great. I got a motorcycle that's from some anime.
Oh, okay.
That looked pretty neat. I didn't start it yet because all the parts are really small and thin.
Do you know what scale it is? It's like
It should be 1/12 scale.
Okay.
Or like, yeah, like because it's not Ultraman, but it's something that looks similar to that. The style.
Kamen Rider?
No, I don't think so. It might be. It's similar. Like the aesthetic is similar, so it's possible, but it would fit like a model for one of those figures. So it's got to be close to 1/12. And I'm hoping it's sturdy enough that I can put like Cosmic Legions on it.
Yeah, like what do you call it? They have a lot of anime girl kits that come with bikes now. Those are getting pretty popular.
I saw those. The place I was at had like an insane selection of. I mean, the they just sell models and RC cars, and just like they have this wall of Gundam kits, and like they had like, because I've looked on like Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store every once in a while to see if there was something I wanted to get. They had pretty much everything I have seen online, which I'm sure is like nowhere near a full selection, but for around here is pretty good.
Yeah, Michael's got a few too, like Gundam kits and cars,
Yeah.
and motorcycles.
That's newer, I think, right? I've noticed that. They have also Hobby Lobby has a ton.
Mm-hmm.
We lost Kyle. Robert said, yes, I've been there, Curtis. I feel your pain. And then he says, how could so much come out of something so small? Babies are like
Yes.
Dr. Who TARDIS, small on the outside, huge on the inside.
I love it. I love a Doctor Who reference. My daughter used to, she like wouldn't stop drinking like milk for the longest time, like way
Mhm.
past when kids stop drinking milk out of a bottle. I think it was like a comfort thing to fall asleep mostly.
Mhm.
And she also gets car sick really easily. And when a kid doesn't have anything in their stomach but milk,
Oh
and they
boy.
vomit on a hot day, like when you're driving from Long Island to fucking Cape Cod in August, and it's like, it's 95 degrees outside, the temperature of the car, even with the AC on. I mean, man.
Yeah, not good.
And like, again, how could so much come out of something so little, and also get in every crevice of a car seat?
Oh, that's the worst, dude. Like when it's
Yeah.
like inside like the seat belt buckles and
Yeah,
shit like
you
that.
can't
Like
even get that shit out.
no.
Right. It's like you didn't know that many crevices existed in a car seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yep, that's just how my car smells now.
Yep, that's exactly it. She threw up once on my carpet, and like every once in a while, like I think I spilled water from a humidifier on that area, and it like came back, and it was like, almost a decade later. That was unpleasant.
Oh,
This is all right.
Kyle's back. Let me pull him on. We got
Sorry, I had technical
45 minutes, guys.
issues.
How much minutes?
About 45.
All right.
I only mention that because I'm thinking about that barbecue.
That's fair. I don't think I'm going to be here next week, but I think I'm going to be at G's house actually.
Oh, nice. I
Or-
might actually just take a Sunday off next week and not do one. I'm not sure yet. Thinking about it though.
Just don't take a Sunday off if I can come, because I do enjoy this.
Because my birthday is not this upcoming Tuesday, but the next Tuesday. So we might do
Got it.
something as a family or something on Sunday. I'm not sure.
That's fun.
So
It's Dub's son's birthday. They're having a barbecue.
I don't think we have a guest for next week on Shooting the Shelf. I might just see. This is going to sound crazy, folks.
Cancel the show?
Oh, it's Mother's Day too. Darla said she thinks it's Mother's Day next week too.
Oh.
I might just see about. This is going to sound crazy, but doing a whole day of no YouTube on Sunday next week.
That sounds great
Dang.
for everybody
Sitting
else.
there, wonder
Just kidding.
who you are with the meaning of life.
Yeah.
You might get a bunch of messages. Where are you at, Curtis?
I
You know,
did
it-
that a few. What was it? It was a couple. It was maybe like a couple months ago, where I just took like a whole weekend where I didn't stream all weekend, and
Yeah, that was like a month ago.
it was interesting. But I did get a bunch of wellness checks, so
If it's Mother's Day, that would make it the 1 year anniversary of Jesse asking me to be on the show and me saying no because it was Mother's Day, but also thinking that was a great excuse because I was at that time not ready to be on like a live YouTube broadcast.
mhm.
Also, that would also be, I think, this weekend after the time that I was on How They Do That.
Nice.
While that's less exciting for other people, that was my first time on YouTube, so it feels like an accomplishment. That I was so nervous, man.
It was great.
It was a good show, yeah. I mean, I had a really good time, but I spent a lot of time preparing, like a place to sit.
Look
Shit
at
like
you
that.
now. You're a YouTube veteran.
Yeah, sort of.
Got a table for CarverCon and Legions Con.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. It's insane to me that I have a table at Legions Con, like, to be completely honest, because 2 years ago I went and I knew 2 people and that's it, that were there, like vending or personal, and like, or just like not vend, like just walking around, and I knew them not that well. I'm closer friends with them now, but like, it was just me and my daughter, and we just wandered around. I just bought shit and was like, this is the coolest place. I'm buying so much amazing 3D printed stuff. And like, I should post more in the Cabal so people see my customs. So next year, people at least know who I am.
Hayes said he digs what you're working on there, Jay.
Oh, thank you. It's just the scaphoid. It's just moot green, the Citadel moot green, and then phalanx yellow, because I don't really like. It's hard for me to buy. What's the
Deco
whatever
art.
the canary yellow that they use?
It's a
for this.
daffodil.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Robert Crosser said sour milk brought up by a toddler is worse than Agent Orange and napalm combined in a hot car. I thought only English children were so challenging. Nope, that's an all over thing. So
Last year, I had a friend who his son ate a bunch of candy on vacation, threw up, and then I had to go clean it and detail their car.
oh, crazy.
So I had to get paid to clean their mess.
Well, at least you got paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of us don't get paid.
I was also not prepared to clean it. So we had to go to we were at like a rest stop off the highway, and like there's nothing to buy really to clean a car. I don't know what the hell kind of crap I got at like that convenience store there, but it was someday.
Yeah, you learn pretty quickly as a parent all the things that you need to carry on you. That's why, parents always have that like baby bag with like a million things, including wipes. Like wipes is a necessity.
Well, we had wipes, but like it wasn't like wipes weren't going to work in that scenario.
Nah.
We got like the stuff you get to clean like your car, like the seats of your car. I don't remember, man. It was a long time ago. Kid's 14 now. I think it's 12 years ago.
Don't worry, she can still cause you trouble.
She does. Yeah, but I think I'm bringing her to G's. That'll be fun.
Worst thing I had to do, being an unprepared parent, my older one, when he was 1, we were taking him to the pediatrician's office. And he had like diarrhea in his car seat, but like he had a diaper on and everything, but somehow he was like, I don't know, like squirming around in the seat. It crawled all the way up to his neck.
Oh
man, that is.
So it was like all over his back. Like we had to strip him down naked. We went to the pediatrician's office, and then the first bathroom we could find, there was like only one public one. It was a small pediatrician's office. It's actually like near the airport, but there were like no paper towels. So I was like, fuck my life. So I had to wash everything off, clean him completely with my bare hands.
They've got that story that they tell on PGG when Van was a kid and his dad took him to a roller rink and he went to the bathroom, but his feet barely touched the ground because Van's short now, but he was even shorter as a kid. And I guess he slipped with the wheels hit the ground and he slipped off the toilet and the shit went all up his back. So, yeah. That's no fun.
Yeah. And for my thing, like my wife was there, except she did nothing. She just stood there and watched me.
Was she like in shock or something?
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, that's so gross. I'd love to help, but there's no paper towels, and I don't want to touch that shit, so it's on you."
That's really funny.
It's so gross. I'm upset you have to deal with that.
I'm gonna recuse myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds worse than it actually was. Once you get like the sink was bad too. It wasn't like a real sink where the water actually comes out. It was like dripping out. So,
Yeah.
that was not good.
I feel like you don't, if you don't have war stories like that, you're probably not raising a kid right.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just like part of it. You gotta.
Yeah, I mean, I think dealing with shit is kind of like being stabbed. Like after so much of it, like it's like it doesn't matter. Like a little bit more is not, whatever.
You get desensitized.
Yeah.
It's interesting because like that's at no point in my life would I have ever considered like being stabbed as like, at some point it's like it's just such an interesting analogy.
Like whether you're stabbed 15 times or 20 times, like at some point it's like whatever, it doesn't matter. Like if there's a little bit more shit, like you're already covered in shit and cleaning it. Like if there's a little bit more, whatever. It's
So these days the worst I have to deal with is the puppy when he has like diarrhea and shit. And that's kind of gross to clean out.
Yeah, we haven't had any of that with our dog, which I feel so happy about. Like, yeah.
Ours been doing good. Like as a puppy, he was like, there were a few times that he got sick, but he's like 2, almost 3 now, and like over the last year, he's only had one time where he actually got sick. So it was like when it first turned warm, we took him out for a walk in the dog park. So he didn't eat anything. But he came back, he started like puking up everything from like the last 2 days, and then he started having diarrhea. It's like, oh shit. But it was only one time. But other than that, he's been pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say who, but somebody here took our dog out not too long ago and took him for a walk, and like they were appalled that he pooped on the sidewalk. I'm like, that's what dogs are supposed to do on a walk. Right?
Yeah.
They
That's
didn't.
the main reason you take them for a walk.
Yeah, they didn't bring any doggy bags with them to pick it up, and so like they were like irritated. They had to go back with a doggy bag to pick it up. I'm like, that's what they're supposed to do, though.
Yeah.
Like you're getting irritated for them doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. Like, God damn it, Curtis, your dog is being a dog.
Yeah.
So you're saying you said that this is your child?
One of my children was on the walk. Yes.
Yes. Okay. I had this like rescue Chihuahua like Dachshund mix who was really old. I don't know how the circumstances in which we wound up actually owning her were bizarre in that we were trying to foster a completely different dog and wound up owning this one, which I would say like would be 100% the fault of Sophie's mom when we were still married. But she was old as hell, like, and she was from a puppy mill, and she just like she didn't look like a dog. I don't know how to explain it. She was insane, and we had to put her in a crate because even though she was so old, she would just like absolutely have an accident. So she would not, like a dog won't go if it's in a crate because poop is too close to it. Is the theory, except for she did, but it like dried and she like had, I don't know what she did, man, but it was just dust. Like, and my first reaction was like, she's so fucking old, she pooped dust. But I guess it dried and she just like, I'd done a bunch of this stuff with her claws and I just had to clean up fucking dust shit. Like it was such a weird thing to come home from work to.
We had that with our dog recently, and I think it was because we had given him a bone beforehand, the day before, and Darla was like, "Yeah, his poop came out. And it was just like dust." So
maybe that was why.
Totally blanked, Shin, but because you came in later, Robert's asking if he could see what you're working on.
Yeah, I did see that message, and that brought it up to the thing. I'm still working on the same figure I've been working on for the past 2 weeks or so. It's a Druid I got Berserker Studios here from their Hades figure. I have
Awesome.
McFarlane World of Warcraft Druid
Mhm.
Pauldrons and McFarlane Diablo head for their Druid. So
And
it's
that's
all
all on a 2.0 build.
what's that?
I said, is that on a 2.0 build? Is that what that is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
So I super glued these pauldrons to the standard 2.0 pauldrons. It's like the ones that come with Bastet.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So that worked out pretty well. I tried some of the other stuff on 1.0, except that there wasn't enough contact, so the pauldrons actually came off. So some of them work. Your mileage may vary.
That head looks awesome.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
like that. This is how I play my druid in the game too. I know a lot of other, well, maybe not a lot, but I've seen this head a few times on Mythic Customs on the Cabal. So I've had this sitting on my shelf for a long time. I just haven't gotten around to it, but it's one of those. Well, I thought it would be a Lazy Boy custom, but it's taking forever. Like yesterday, I spent 2 hours just on the skirts fur piece to match the color on the pauldrons.
So it's the character that you play like in playing D&D?
No, so I don't do D&D. I never was into that growing up, but now that I've become more accustomed to things going on in the Cabal, I've gotten to know D&D a lot better, and I've been listening to Mythic Quest here and there.
I don't know what show William's been watching. He might be thinking of Mod Squad. He says these stories in this show is usually so pretty. Yeah, no, this is kind of how it always devolves. So,
Yeah, doesn't
But
matter.
wait, so you said it was the character that you played, didn't you?
Oh yeah. The Druid helmet is Diablo cosmetic.
Okay.
So
I remember you
when I
saying
play a
that.
Druid in Diablo, I use this cosmetic.
Right, I got it. I remember you saying that when you were working out last time that I was here.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like making customs of their whatever to get ready for the
is cosmetic another name for like a skin?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm surprised. Well, in WoW, do they call them like transmogs? Right?
Yes. Yeah.
I think in all the other games they call them cosmetic. I don't know why it's WoW. They just call it transmog.
Well, transmog is actually the process of
Turning
in WoW of making your gear look like other gear.
Yeah. I guess that's true. So
Because it used to be like you would get like, whatever, it was season 8 or season 7 or whatever, and you would get gear for that season, and then everybody looked the fucking same.
Yeah.
And then I guess it was maybe like 3 or 4 years ago that they came out with probably maybe more, where they came out with to where you could have the stats of that gear, but then you could make it look like any older gear that you had in your inventory.
Yeah. So too bad I stopped playing by then. But back in the day, like even in Classic and like Burning Crusade, I would go to like all the low level dungeons and collect the pieces that look cool, and I just walk around town wearing that. But
yeah, you would have like an outfit for actually raiding and stuff, and then another outfit for just being around town.
Yeah. Took them really long to come out with transmogs for World of Warcraft, which is surprising.
Yeah, I guess they didn't understand that not everybody wanted to look the exact same.
Yeah, like if you did endgame raids, everybody just had the raiding gear.
It was an easy way, like if you needed to like, pick up somebody for a raid, like that you could just look at their gear and go, okay, yeah, they're good.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to inspect, you just look at the
Now you need some sort of like an add-on that tells you their gear score or whatever. So actually by now I'm sure they've probably got something built into the game, but for a long time I know there was like add-ons for that.
I would have liked playing that, but I didn't know that at the time that I had friends who were playing, so I never did.
World of Warcraft was awesome, but it is life consuming.
Yeah, right. That's
Darla just shouted from the stairwell, unless you can't get on the computer. Wow, because we share the same computer for when I'm streaming typically.
And your reaction to that was actually saying, "Wow."
Yeah. Yeah.
That was hilarious.
She has a good one every now and then.
I would hope so. I feel like you're probably, I don't know what phrase I want to use.
She makes me laugh more than anybody. Like it's funny because like she'll say things that you would like. For the most part, she's super proper and all this and that, and then every now and then she'll say something kind of off the wall that like would be normal for you and I, but when she says it, for some reason, I just lose my mind. It's hilarious.
My perception of Darla may always be, like right before G-Con started, I was in one of the overflow hotels and I had like slept a little bit later than I wanted to. I was exhausted and sitting and drinking coffee, and I thought it would be really like obvious where to line up for G-Con, and it wasn't. And I was sitting next to who was I sitting next to? I think Blake. And I was like, oh, I like kind of know Blake. I'll ask him when I finish this coffee if it doesn't become clear to me. But I'm just gonna sit here and pretend like I know what I'm doing. But clearly I didn't. And Darla was able to sense that immediately. And she just came and was like, Jay. I was like, oh, that's Darla. And she like said she would introduce, and she like took me over to the line, and I was like, I must have looked like a lost like lamb.
Yeah, she's a good one there.
Yeah,
I did well.
She was like, oh, you should meet Curtis, and she's like, oh, Curtis is in the bathroom. I don't know how long it'll be. That was pretty funny. I'm pretty sure that was what she said. I was in the hotel that they opened up last, like yesterday. The it's not the Parsippany. Well, maybe it's the ES. It's not the ES suites. I don't. Simply Suites. Simply Suites. Man, that place like smells weird. Just prepare yourself if you're going there. Like I've never smelled anything like it. It was kind of like the milk vomit that I'm talking about, but like faintly mixed with a shit ton of potpourri and like stale Cheetos. Like I had a friend growing up in his parents' car, they just ate a shit ton of Cheetos all the time, and his parents' car just smelled like stale Cheetos. And it just like stale Cheetos and potpourri. It was the most overwhelming, strange smell. And like I didn't get it out of my nose. And like I was only there for one night, and I was in the Marriott the night after, and like it was in my nose the whole weekend.
So any of you that didn't get into the main hotel, that's what you have to look forward to.
Yeah. So just like I was speaking to somebody who said it wasn't as bad like where they were, but second floor it was terrible. And I just don't understand what causes that scent. Like that's kind of like the real point of my story is like why would a whole entire place smell like that?
Probably somebody got drunk and threw up. Like that's for some reason.
Full hotel.
Like, I don't know. Like vomit smell for some reason. I don't know if it's the stomach acids or what, but like it's really hard to get rid of vomit smell.
Yeah, I get it, but like it was the second floor, it was the lobby, and that person would have had to eat like potpourri, or they only try to get rid of the smell by using potpourri.
Yeah, I think that's what they try to do. Like,
yeah,
I've definitely been in people's houses where they've got like pets that it's got really bad pet smell or something, and then they try to cover it with like Febreze, and it's that's not erasing it. That's just like adding to the smell.
Yeah.
So now it's like now I smell your cat piss and the Febreze. So
yeah, well, Febreze smells better than just like like fucking dried flowers. I don't know. I was also just annoyed that I was there and I had to like go back and forth, and so like I have a whole bunch of crankiness about being in that hotel.
Tuna Mater says Transmod gear has been there for over a decade, I think. You know what? That could be accurate because Darla and I had been playing for I don't know, 6-7 years before Darla and I
6-7.
got married. Probably more than that, probably 10 years before Darla and I got married, and we've been married now for 14 years. So that's probably correct. It just seems closer. He said Transmog started back
I
in
stopped playing
so
when Cataclysm released, so yeah, I never saw it.
yeah.
And I heard that's kind of when it started going downhill.
I think Cataclysm was the last good release that I was like. After that, it started getting pretty rough, in my opinion. But man, I remember back to like Burning Crusade and stuff. It was you had to play all the time, basically.
Yep.
Like I was a tank, and for like Burning Crusade, you had to have there were certain fights where you had to have regular gear because you didn't really need a second tank, so you had to have regular gear. Then you had to have all the resist gear, so you had to have a shadow resist gear, a fire resist gear, like. So as a tank, you had to carry, like, your bags were just completely full of different gear you had to wear at different times. It was pretty wild. And then, they also had the way that the system worked was if you had plate gear, it cost a lot more to repair than if you had like leather gear or whatever. So not only did tanks have to have more gear than everybody, but they also had like the highest repair bills. So just kind of stunk to be a tank.
Is that the type of player that you like to play the most? Because you're like that's like being a barbarian, right? And you're a barbarian in the.
Yeah, I like to just kind of charge in there and be the first one there, and take the hits and stuff. But when they introduced in Wrath of Lich King, when they introduced Death Knights, like that was game changer for me. Like I love playing a Death Knight. Like
that sounds fun.
Yeah, I played Death Knight for a while too.
Dude, I can't tell you how many like boss fights that we were in where the entire raid died. Like everybody died. And I'm just sitting there continuing to go after the boss and down it by myself and healing myself the whole time.
I don't know anything about Death Knights, but I love that aesthetic.
Yeah, they basically the more damage they do, the more they can heal themselves for. That's so cool. Like you don't need a healer. You can just like keep healing yourself. And so if it's going to take forever to down a boss by yourself, but you can definitely do it.
That's cool.
There's like a pretty famous meme back at the time that was like a Death Knight yelling at the healer to focus on the raid that he didn't need heals. I'll provide my own heals. And it was so true. Let's see. Mortem says, I have a question for Jay. Are you using neon colors? Also, what base color did you start with, green or yellow? Planning on doing a custom just like that?
I used Citadel Moot Green for the base, which is what they use in the studio. I found out thanks to Patrick Boyle for Scaffold, and then they use you said it was not
Daffodil. It's Daffodil Yellow from Deco Art.
Deco Art, which like I just have trouble buying Deco Art. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like real paint to me. So I'm using Warhammer Citadel Phalanx Yellow. I think any light yellow works just fine.
Yep.
For this though. But that's it. There's no neon or anything. It's just such a incredibly perfect combination. And another fun combination, if you don't want it to be like a full match for Scaphoid, is this Tesseract Glow from Citadel, which you have to really shake. But it gets like this green goes right. It's almost like a contrast paint, but it's like looks like slime. This green gets into the recesses, and you have a nice yellow up top. That's what I used to use for Scaphoid because I just didn't want to bother. I think that Jeremy had a video for paint matching, and it was like 7 paints, and it's an exaggeration, but it was a lot. I didn't feel like buying all of them, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's because Jeremy doesn't use any Citadel. He uses all Vallejo.
Right. Well, so I don't know if he was working for the company. I mean, I don't know the history of I was not around then, but he had like 4 different Vallejo paints, I think.
Yeah, he was a big Vallejo guy. I mean, I'm sure he still is, but I don't think he does. I don't think he does any customizing anymore, really. But when you can, kind of bring your creations to life in the line itself, I guess you don't need to.
I don't know. I'd still want to be painting personally. I find that to just be a better way to decompress than anything else. But
Mhm.
I mean, not everybody feels that way, I'm sure.
Sometimes it helps me to recompress.
What does that mean?
Like if
Like
I'm,
to focus.
yeah, if I'm taking it too easy, this helps to stress me the fuck out. So
Okay.
like all these details that I'm working on.
Well, I think it's also like, to take what you said literally, not as a joke. It's good if you're not doing anything, you're sitting around, you know what I mean? And your
Mhm.
brain starts to feel kind of soft to have a project to want to get to the end of. I
Mhm.
don't know if I said that came out in a way that was as understandable as it was in my head. I think probably the point is there, right?
It did.
Yeah.
Did.
The words, it wasn't as eloquent as I would have liked, but
Tuna Mitter says, I stopped playing around 2015, started during Burning Crusade, loved when Wrath started, able to pet tank dungeons as a Beastmaster Hunter. That's cool. Have you seen the third-party Tauren Death Knight figure that's coming out? Yeah, I did. I played, so I started out on the Horde side, which I know is typically considered the, more badass of the two. And at one point, like I just didn't have anybody that played like that I knew that played on that side. But at work, I knew some guys that were playing on the Alliance side. And so I did a faction change, and my Tauren Death Knight became a Draenei Death Knight because they were the only ones in the Alliance faction that were kind of bigger sized and bulky and, cool looking, in my opinion. And so from that point on, I played Alliance, and that's where I met Darla, was on the Alliance side. And so if they ever put out a Draenei Death Knight, I would have to buy that in a heartbeat. But Tauren, I don't know that I need it, but it is cool looking. So Robert says, totally agree. It's an escape from career and day-to-day mundane stuff to retreat into yourself, into your own world. So very cool.
I got my eyes on the is it Meditoys Death Knight, the one with the troll. So they did a Necromancer recently. Did they call it Necromancer? Like Undead Warlock. Like, it came with a goblin.
Yeah, I've seen those. I didn't know that they did a troll one.
The Death Knight has a troll if you take the helmet off. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to tell. But
okay,
that one looks pretty cool. So I got that on pre-order.
I never could really get into the trolls.
Yeah, I never played
their version of trolls, because they're like, tall and skinny, and it's just not.
Yeah, they're like oversized goblins.
Yeah. I always like the bigger, kind of bulkier, macho characters.
Yeah. Same here.
I've had enough of this yellow still over my fingers. Moving on to something different so I can switch things up. But I guess I'm going to go. Whoa, I was not careful at all.
15 minutes left. So
I'm going to wash my hands for a couple of those minutes.
Freak says, Dork Layer is on, but my name isn't green over there, so I'm obligated to stay here. Yeah, I think they're talking about like Disneyland over there or something. So we'll be done here in about 15 minutes anyway. So just as an FYI.
We're back.
At this point, my daughter should be en route with the barbecue. So
Now, do you think Kansas City or Kansas barbecue and St. Louis barbecue are any different?
yes, very much so. Yeah, Kansas City barbecue, in my opinion, up until now, I've had a lot of barbecue. Kansas City barbecue is untouchable, in my opinion. But this place that we're having today has really good reviews from people that like travel the world and go to different restaurants and stuff. So I'm excited to see what this is like today. But so we'll see.
You know, remember at the beginning of the show when I put those sponges in the sink and I said I'm going to let them soak? Completely forgot about them. They were still there. They are too soaked. Little update.
I wasn't here, but shame on you guys for not reminding him.
Seriously. Yes, I would love to shift the blame.
Yeah, if it was our job to remind Jay every time he forgot something, that's all we would do.
That is true. You know, I haven't really forgotten anything other than that today, but I was a super responsible adult and I took a melatonin and went to bed at a reasonable time last night. So like I'm like a functioning at the higher level, like a normal level of a person. You know?
I've never tried that, but I heard it gives you like weird dreams or nightmares.
Taking melatonin?
Yeah.
Oh.
It can happen, I've heard. I remember that I had a dream. Like I remember my dream vaguely from last night, but it wasn't any weirder. It was pretty normal, actually.
But I do feel a whole lot better on days when I go to bed at a decent time the night before. Like I feel much better the next day for sure.
Yeah. I just if there's anything that I'm like really bad at it's that. And this sort of like just forces the it's like unavoidable after taking a little bit of melatonin.
I'll stay up late like watching like Invincible or something, and then the next day like I feel like shit all day. I just am tired and groggy. Yeah. Which I guess is the same thing, but
I just like I can't. It's like if I'm up super late the next day, depending on how late and whatever, but like it'll be like shit, I didn't wash this brush fully. I just can't focus. Like I like can't. I don't really know how to explain it. It's just like the whole day's a haze, and I forget what I was trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're like in zombie mode, right?
Right. I mean, I say that as though it's like a unique experience for somebody who didn't sleep well, but it's obviously
For me, if I stay up too late, I trigger migraines.
Oh, really?
I have bad migraines, and I just have them all the time. Just kind of deal with it. It's really stupid.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
I have terrible migraines, like, but just Excedrin.
2 Nuprin, and it's gone. Do they even make Nuprin anymore?
No, I don't think so.
2 yellow pills.
This reference is so close to being something I don't get.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's pretty old.
Like you're almost dating yourself out of my understanding, but I kind of remember that.
Yeah. I had a headache this big, but I took 2 yellow Nuprin, and now it's gone.
The headache this big part is
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do this like Black Frog, just use that whitest white for eyes. Let's see how white it really is, but that looked kind of cool.
Every time I saw that commercial, I always thought, why does it have to be 2 yellow pills? Why can't you just make one bigger yellow pill and have it do the same thing?
Because you have to swallow a bigger pill.
I guess.
I'm not
They
a
were like-
chemist. Like that might not be a solution, really.
But they were like super tiny. And I think most people would take the 2 pills at the same time anyway. So you're swallowing the same amount. It's just split
Yeah.
up across 2 pills instead of 1. I don't know. And it'd be like I understand it if it's like, well, for people like this age or this size or whatever, it's only 1 pill, but you can take 2. But like the advertisement was 2 pills. So it was
Well,
like,
if you're taking, it has caffeine in it, right? So kids can't take it.
I have no idea what it had in it.
For migraines, like you wouldn't have like a kid's dosage for, because all those pills have caffeine in them.
I don't know.
Kids aren't really, you don't get migraines that much as a kid either.
I just remember them saying, I took 2 Nuprin and now it's gone.
There's not a single pill that I can think of that's over the counter that I would take 1 of. So maybe it's just an industry standard.
Maybe that's how they can make it seem like it's a better deal, because you look at the package and you see how many pills you're getting. You're like, oh, I'm getting
Right.
X number of pills, but it's only half the dosage.
Exactly.
So,
This does not thin as easily as I would like.
I'd have to talk to the director of sales and marketing for Nuprin and see.
Good luck.
Tunamator says, I thought the headache this big was Excedrin. It's the deal. Might be now, but back in the day, it was definitely Nuprin.
I actually think he's right. It sounds right to me.
You can think what you want, but I know for a fact that it was Nuprin back in the day.
I'm going to Google it later if I remember, and I'm sure it won't be the first thing I think of doing after this. Tunemator,
Yeah, that's
you can
right. It
Google it.
was Nuprin was in the Wayne's World movie when they go through that like little segment where they're like promoting all the products.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like opening the Doritos and they drink the Pepsi. Pepsi, it's the choice of a new generation.
Yep.
When they're talking about not selling out and while they're selling out. That's a good segment.
Yeah.
All right. We got about 3 minutes. We'll start showing off what we got.
Dub's not watching, right?
I have not seen him on here, no.
Yeah, good. Okay.
I don't know that I've ever seen him on this. So,
Oh. Well, there you go. Yeah, I guess not.
So fuck you, Dub.
Right? Fuck you. Clip that and then also send it to him.
I hope that it makes that as a short, like, because it's an AI tool that like says which clips it thinks that would be potentially viral.
Oh,
So
it
I
did a
hope
really
that
good job.
So I hope that it clips where I'm just saying fuck you, Dub, and then I will definitely use that as a short.
If there's an entire episode of us just saying fuck you, Dub, it won't have a choice.
I think the more times that we say fuck you, Dub, the more likely it is that we'll get a fuck you, Dub short.
There you go.
So do we just need to keep saying fuck you, Dub?
We do.
Yep.
And you're the only one that hasn't said fuck you, Dub yet.
You're on mute.
Fuck
There you go.
Dub? Why are we fucking Dub now?
No, we're just saying fuck you to Dub. Yeah. Just because he doesn't watch Customizing Studio. So.
No.
Anybody in the chat too, if you also want to say fuck you, Dub, I can.
I was just thinking about that.
I'll read any fuck you, Dub comments in the chat.
Why did this start? Oh, I know why. I was going to show what I was working on before him. Because that was the statue thing that Alan. Fuck you, Alan. Where's Alan? He hasn't been on in like forever.
I think he's been doing his D&D stuff. Because he's got that on Sword Beast Studios now. He's got a D&D campaign where they each week they go against like a monster,
Uh-huh.
and then the next day or whatever, like they've got a monster museum thing that you can go in and see the monster that they face, like that they actually built like a life-size version of that monster that you can
Got it.
see. So it's kind of a cool little thing.
It's not cool enough that he's not here.
Um,
Well, I
Freak-
can show that thing that he recommended me using.
Freaks is saying that I was wrong, and so therefore I'm not going to read his comments now or ever again. So good job, Freaks. You just got yourself comment banned. So
Because he said that you were wrong, or because he
Yeah.
was wrong?
Robert Crosser comes in and says, "Fuck you, Dub Dub, the con selfie king." Yeah, that dude does some great con pictures. All right, we got 5 minutes left in the show. I'm gonna go ahead and embiggen myself. Okay, what did I work on? So worked on some of these details on this stuff. Still a lot to go, but the gold trim, the white takes for fucking ever. Did some more white on these, which not really going to be able to see much, but because it's kind of washed out.
That looks like something Tanya would work on, by the way. I've been
Yeah.
thinking that.
Worked on this belt, so just a lot of detail work that just some trim on this. Once again, it's kind of washed out, but it's just so bright. Maybe if I hold on, let me see if I turn this off. There we go. That might be better. But yeah. Anyway, so worked on a lot of detail work. Not done, but further along. And we'll go to Jay next.
So I did all of these, just did all that dry brushing I was talking about on a bunch of different. It's got like a tail, this head from Wolf King. It's cool, like alien skull that he made once a long time ago, and gifted that to someone. So I wanted to make another one. And I painted this frog's eye. This is like one layer, but hopefully this looks really crazy. It's like a void of black with two really bright eyes. I did other stuff. I mixed paints. I don't know. I'm going to start painting some highlights on this different, unrelated alien head now after we leave. I think that's it.
Okay.
That might be it.
Alrighty. Tuna Mater says, "Fuck you, Dub Dub. You lied to Curtis about a new print slogan he did." Fucker. All right, we'll go over to Jin. Jin, what you got?
So I joined an hour late today, so not as much work as I would have liked to get done. But I added, well, if you were in Mod Squad yesterday, the fur here I just applied a wash to. So today I cleaned that up and then did a little bit of dry brushing. So maybe not light enough because it still looks a little darker than the pauldrons, but the goal was to match the pauldrons. And then I put a dash of brown mixed in with silver on the pauldrons to match like the ward, the Ether Blade armor better. It's not a complete match, so I might tweak it a little more. But yeah, that's essentially it today.
Awesome. And over to Kyle.
I started working on this all beginning of the week. Right now, I just painted some of the detail on the claw. I did the helmet, which the helmet's almost like the Rocketeer.
Awesome.
Makes me feel like the Rocketeer, and
Cool.
kind of seeing it sit here loosely is what it's going to look like. And then
Go
my
ahead.
next project is going to be his twin brother, kind of like Slash and Smash.
Well, now your camera looks a lot better than it did earlier in the day. Can you show that shredder again?
Oh yeah.
Since you refused to make an Instagram like all the cool kids.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to make an Instagram now.
Yeah, you definitely do. Look at that. That thing's fucking awesome.
For reasons.
Yeah, that's baller.
Yeah. So
That's fantastic.
right after this, I'll have to make an Instagram.
Yeah, definitely do that. If you do, let me know. Like once you make a post with something, let me know, and I'll we'll promote you on Shooting the Shelf. So
Right on.
yep, get you some instant followers. So awesome. Well, appreciate it. Once again, I will be back later on tonight. If you've been following your Curtis TV guide of where to see me or where to not see me, I will be on Shooting the Shelf tonight. We've got David Williams on. We're going to talk about the Anthophiles character, how cool that is for him to have that in the line now, as well as, you know, just some of the work that he's doing with the Horsemen. And then after that, I will be on Toy Hammer After Dark talking some cool Warhammer stuff. So, and then we'll see. Maybe I'll be back here next week. Maybe not. I'm thinking real hard about taking a Sunday off. So I may not be back for next Sunday. So, Jay, what else you got going on this week?
I got nothing really going on. You can check my Instagram always. I post. I guess that I can. I post like 3 or so. My Instagram is like at Low Fidelity Customs. I generally post like 3 new things a week ish. So keep an eye on that. I'm gonna post something in the Cabal later today if I remember. In the Cosmic Cabal. That's all I got.
All right, my dog's going crazy because my daughter's here with the barbecue. Jen, what you got going on?
So Diablo 4 expansion that came out earlier this week, so I've been doing a lot of that and probably into next week too. But I'll try to make time for painting on the weekend.
Cool, that sounds fun.
Kyle?
I got nothing going on. I'm a pretty boring person.
All right. Well,
Me too.
Tomater says that was a beautiful shredder. So
Oh, thank you.
there you go. And Freak says, I can't even say fuck you to Dub Dub now because I went and looked something up. Yeah, you could definitely say it. So we're going to say from Freaks, that's to you, Dub Dub. Fuck you, Dub Dub.
This whole thing started because I was gonna say, like, I was gonna show the thing I was working on that I'm making for him, and we said he didn't watch.
Yeah,
but whatever.
Well,
so if anybody
thank
ever
you.
needs context,
For sure. And thank you for everybody that was watching, except for you, Dub Dub, because you weren't watching. And so go fuck yourself. Bye, guys.